What's up, guys? We got another video coming to you straight from Dent Sports. Our channel here is based around Detroit and Denver sports. We talk about football, baseball, basically any sports having to do with those two cities. And so we're here on week 3 of the NFL season, and it was a big week for both teams actually. And being a Lions fan, I actually was kind of pleased with the results that we came up with today, because I was figuring that I'd be sitting here talking about Matt Patricia being fired tomorrow morning, and so we're going to wait till next week before that happens. So, so we're going to enjoy this now. We're going to enjoy this for now. Yeah, we're going to put that on hold for now. So,
Victory Monday, right? You guys probably take Monday off now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure. Yeah.
Since you guys broke the 0-11 streak.
Yeah.
11 consecutive losses. So now you got to win. So let's take Monday off.
Right. No, I'm sure that's probably what they'll do.
No, it should be like, hey, let's keep this going, right?
Yep. No, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's been, it's been obviously, anybody that's a fan of this team or follows Detroit at all. Knows it's nothing but a constant frustration, with this team. Whether it's, finding numerous ways to lose games, or just bonehead plays and dumb penalties, and, upper management making wrong decisions on players they're getting rid of and bringing in. I mean, this has just been one fiasco after another with this team over the years.
Yep.
And, we're still in that nightmare as we speak. Just because we won today doesn't necessarily mean that I think things have really changed at all. However, with that being said, I mean, to finally win a game, and not give it away in the fourth quarter is a step in the right direction. This coaching staff especially, I think, really needed to get this victory. Because the more I sat and thought about things, each week I get more and more pissed sitting here watching these stupid, Monday morning press conferences and stuff that are constantly rehashing the same, sound bites the week before. And you just got to sit there sometimes and go, is anybody listening? And are there any changes even being made? Because each week we're talking about the same thing. And so it gets very frustrating. And so, I mean, my hope is that, maybe this can get this team playing with a little bit of confidence and make some, good things happen moving forward. So
winning is the best deodorant. So, anything that stinks, if you get a W, it doesn't matter. It just covers it right up.
Right. I mean, this wasn't a dominating performance by any means, but they played well on both sides of the ball, and they made plays when they needed to make them, which is something they haven't been doing. So, it's kind of nice to get into the second half and not see the wheels fall off.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm looking here that 6 points in the fourth quarter. It was 6-0.
Mm-hmm.
So that's closing the game out, right? I mean, it's not like you didn't put up 21 or 17 in the fourth, but you know what? The other team didn't score any.
Right.
So.
And so, I mean, with that being said, I mean, kudos to the defense, man. I mean, I felt like, the defense has kind of been like the sieve, man. Just, I mean, it's they just allow too many points, and, there's not enough defense being played. Today, they did it. They played.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I said, I've been a Patricia basher, and I still believe there's a lot that needs to be questioned with him, but today was finally nice to see the team kind of say, okay, we're going to win this game. And so I'm extremely happy about that. And I really feel like, if they can get this kind of effort every week, where they're in games, because there really isn't any reason why they shouldn't be in all their games. They got plenty of offensive weapons. The running game came back to life again today. I mean, I love Adrian Peterson, the way he's running the ball. And to me, the fact that they went away from him in week 2 blew my mind. I mean, I'm not suggesting Kerryon Johnson's not worthy of giving the ball to, but when Adrian Peterson doesn't mind being the horse. And I mean, he's, you know, probably in the conversation and probably in the top 10 of all time, best all time. I mean, why aren't you going to him? You know, I don't care if he is not quite as fast as he was or doesn't have quite the moves. He's still an efficient running back, and he's going to put up numbers given the opportunities to do so. So, like I said, I'm really, you know, pretty pleased with what I saw today from the team, and you know, I didn't think I'd be sitting here tonight doing anything but sobbing over a loss and getting pissed off, ready to, you know, send the coach flying to the Mars. But you know, this is just one of those times where I'm kind of happy about it, that I'm able to sit here and not criticize him for 1 week. You know, so next week when we come out and we hear the Monday morning press conference about how bad they lost and why they lost, you know, we can get back to these other conversations. But for now, we don't have to have that one.
Yeah, because I was thinking, you know, between watching my game and your game, trying to figure out, and I know last week you were saying that, you know, Adrian Peterson isn't playing, and of course I'm seeing, like, you know, between our games, I'm switching over to the Seattle-Dallas game, and I see Seattle has lost like their second or third running back today. And I was like, oh, here comes a trade for Adrian Peterson. You know, because I was, you know, if they're going to let him run on the bench, I'm like, I totally see it, right? Yeah. Hey, Pete Carroll, he needs a running back. Oh, hey, Detroit, how you doing? And they're like, oh, Bob Quinn's like, oh, really?
Yeah.
There you go.
How about a 7th rounder for him?
Yeah, exactly. You're taking for nothing, and watch, he'll end up with 1,000 yards in Seattle because he's got Russell Wilson and all those weapons and all that. Because I'm sitting there just going like this, I'm like, oh man, if Detroit loses this game today, this is not going to be good.
Yeah.
You know, with it, but like, yeah, kudos to the Lions. I mean, big time numbers. Like, you know, I think I said before on the Tuned In Sports channel. You know, hey, got 3 turnovers, 3 picks when they needed it, right?
Yep.
Good timing, because guess what? Takes the ball out of Kyler Murray's hands for a little bit to watch that road show. You know, did well. You know, ran the ball. You know, Detroit running the ball. No turnovers, which is good. Stafford, you know, not stupid mistakes to throw it down there. Like I said, defense making plays when they needed to make it, and then they actually closed it out. You know, there wasn't any like, oh, well, unfortunately this happened. You know, they had the ball at the end. They took it down the field, kicked the field goal, won. Yeah. Good night, go home. And it was a good win, good road win. You know, against a 2-0 team, and everybody started to hype them up. You know, with the Cardinals, like, oh, they're going to be great. You know, but hey, knocked them off. Quality win. So. Hopefully they can keep it going into the next couple weeks to build momentum. Yep.
No, I agree. I mean, and I don't expect them, you know, to light the world on fire. I mean, I know that you know, they got some tough games. I mean, the Saints next week's not going to be easy. They've always had their problems with the Saints. Even back when the Saints were horrible, they had a hard time beating them. And you know, Drew Brees is. Drew Brees.
Yeah, but I think we've talked about, I think in other videos too, what's the blueprint, right? Keep it close with them, right? Keep it close. Because their defense is not good. So if you can, if you don't get, you know, ran over, you know, in the first half or whatever, and just keep it tight, you should be able to pull, you know, at least be competitive and should be able to be in it for a W. Yeah. That's somehow because their defense is horrible.
And I mean, knock on wood. I mean, up to this point so far, Detroit's getting off to fast starts. Yeah. And which is really a nice thing because when you can start out playing with the lead rather than playing from behind, it takes some of the pressure off. And you know, God bless them for, you know, actually making the adjustments finally to get this victory. And I mean, like I just hope it's a turning point for them and that they can continue to get better every week. And you know, if nothing else, maybe make the division a little bit interesting. Yeah. So.
Yeah, no, it looks like too that, you know, that they made the choices when they needed to. I like it when coaches do this. You know, Prater had 4 field goals. You know, there wasn't any of this clowning around of, oh, it's 4th and 2 on the other team's 20. Let's go for it. No. You got a chance to put points on the board. Put it on the board. Right. If he misses, he misses. You know, if you can't hit him, then guess what you need? Somebody else, right? That can. Right. You know, somebody that's his job, right? Is to kick the little, pigskin in between those two pipes.
Right.
If he can't do it, then we need to look somewhere else with it. That's with it. But with Prater, from experience with my team, as well, serviceable guy above and beyond. Yeah. He's going to do the job for you.
Yeah.
When he's out there.
Yeah. He's a very good kicker, especially from distance. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anybody better from 50-plus yards.
No, he's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Pretty solid. And another thing that made me smile today, though, was following a little bit on our Twitter feed, with Dent Sports, some of the Lion Pride, beat writers and everything. They were having a great time with Jack Fox. They're like, hey, it's funny. It's the Lions punter, and they're just making comments like, hey, here's our MVP, Jack Fox. It's like always that they always have. Hey, this is a show. Tune in now because he's punting. It's always the long running joke with listening to you. Where they're like, hey, Jim Arnold, and the guy that we got from you. Hey, this is the best guy on the team.
Yeah, Jim Arnold experience.
Yeah, so it's funny that like you said that they're carrying on the tradition of always with the Jack Fox guy. But again, solid day for him. I mean, this is the stuff that kind of creeps through the stats that you don't even look at. But Jack Fox had 4 punts. He had 222 yards in punting. That's an average of 55.5 yards a punt.
Yep.
With it.
Yep.
So, and he had a long of 65. But again, guess what that is? That's field position change.
Yep.
If you have punters that actually, because again, I know something about special teams. And how they fail. Mm-hmm. That this is a great, again, like anytime that people laugh about it, but again, guess what? That puts the other team in bad positions, uncomfortable predicaments in calling. Because you get them backed up, or get you out of a bad situation. Right. So again, I think this was a complete game by the Lions, and this is the stuff that they should be playing at.
Yep, this is the level they should be able to play at, week in, week out.
Yep.
No, I agree. Again, I'm real happy about everything. I really am pleased with the way Stafford managed the game. The play calling from the sidelines was obviously pretty good as well, and it was just nice to see him get back to Adrian Peterson this week. And like I said, Kerryon Johnson, when he's healthy, he can run the rock as well, and he's a very nice player, and he can be kind of like an A and B, will run both at you or whatever. That's fine, but I didn't like what I saw last week where it was like, well, Adrian Peterson just carried for 100 last week, so we're going to just go away from him this week and not even bother using him.
Well, it seems like that's the mode of these NFL coaches now these days. It's like, wow, that really worked last week. Okay, the other team's going to be keen on it, so let's totally abandon it. Yeah. Well, maybe that's what you are. Maybe you are a running team. It reminds me of the one I totally never understood, and it's still, and I'm not even a fan of the team. Was like Jeff Fisher in the Super Bowl against the Rams. Mm-hmm. Okay, we've got, Eddie George and we got Steve McNair. What do? We run the ball. What does he do in the first half? He's throwing it all over the field. He didn't even run it. Yeah. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. And then guess what they did? Halftime, what did they do? Yeah. They ran the ball.
Yeah.
It worked.
Hence back in the game.
It worked. Oh, we almost won it.
Yeah.
It's just, that's the thing that drives me nuts. Yeah. As the words of Denny Green.
They try to outsmart themselves.
Yeah, as the words of Denny Green. That's who they are. Crown them. Yeah. You know what you are. Yeah. You know what? This is what we do. Try to beat it. If you can, then we'll make adjustments. Because again, if you're keying on the run, then that means there's going to be receivers and people open.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's making your adjustments.
Yeah. If you're putting an extra guy in the box to make sure that the running game is stopped, then that means, like you said, receivers are going to be open.
Yep.
Tight ends are going to be open. And that was another piece of the puzzle too. That it's nice to see him starting to use Hawkinson the way I think he should be used, because I think he's one of the elites in the position. So it was nice to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you got a guy like Stafford who's got a shotgun, has an arm. I mean, he can throw the ball, hard and fast and on the money. Kind of reminds me of like Elway used to be when he gunned it. He can put the ball, the mustard on it to get it to him.
Yep.
He just, they got to utilize it.
That was like when you guys had Ebron, right?
Yep.
Your offense is a whole different offense. It's like us with Sharp and
right,
and everybody does it. You saw the Monday night game with the Raiders. That Farrell guy, nobody had an answer to him.
Nope.
And he was just 13 catches, whatever it was, just having a field day out there.
Yeah.
You've seen it. Even with the Jimmy Grahams and the Olsons and all that.
Yep.
They changed the game completely because they just shred Gronkowski, right? You can shred you right in the middle.
Yep.
They just tear you up.
Yep. And it's such a big weapon. And these guys are like, a lot of these tight ends that you see in this league now, they're like the Tony Gonzalez's and stuff like that, where they're so damn athletic. They're as athletic as any wide receivers are, except they got size.
Yeah. Yeah, Antonio Gates, seen him for years. Gonzalez, we saw him for years.
Yeah.
Like I said, we had. It was almost like the tight end division. The AFC West was.
Yeah. No.
And it's just like they're just so damn deadly when you don't cover them.
Right. No, and it's tried and true that you win with that scenario.
Exactly.
So why Detroit doesn't utilize that, to me, is like, what the hell are you doing? And with a guy like Stafford who. He needs all the weapons he can get, especially with that offensive line once in a while where, he's got to make throws in a quick hurry. Why not utilize that tight end? So,
yep.
But, to sum up Detroit, like I said, real happy about the win today. I thought I'd be here, going off about how we're going to fire Patricia in the morning and all this kind of stuff. But it's kind of nice to be on here talking positively for once.
Yeah.
And, but since we want to get into the negativity, we can always we can always move our attention over to the Broncos game this afternoon.
So this idiot.
Let me move over.
Yeah, I was going to say, clear the room. This idiot over here was talking all smack this week of like, what? Oh yeah, we're going to take care of Tampa Bay. We're going to do some stuff, right? We're going to show the world. We're going to shock the world. Yeah, we shocked everybody in the fan base in the cardiac arrest. What a horrible performance this week. It's like, did Vic Fangio even look at the Pittsburgh game? And did he even try to changes for this team? What's the one thing that Pittsburgh does, a.k.a. Blitzburg? Just totally ruined this whole offensive game plan. The day started off with hype, and we're getting excited. We get to play Brady again. Even the TV announcers go, well, if anybody hates anybody that's here, Denver hates Brady for being, there should be an instant thing with it because we know this guy.
Right.
We've seen him enough on the road and at home, but especially when we get him at home, it's not a good thing usually for Tom. But, again, I can't complain with the defense. Mm-hmm. The defense played lights out. Mm-hmm. Considering all those situations they were put in and everything that was going on, they played really, really well today. And that's the only positivity that I will say today about this team. So that's out of the way. So we're good with that. Mm-hmm. Again, I know all the expats. We can use those terms like these days for the election season. Expats. all these expats and everybody who's now got all their new bandwagon Tampa Bay stuff is going to sit there and go, "Oh, Tom's the greatest thing," and it's just like, you know what? He has 297 yards on the board, but his QBR was 52.5. Mm-hmm. Normally he's 80s to 100 and whatever, right?
Yeah.
So again, defense played well. Like I said, in that 297, I think 60 of it, almost over 60 of it, was on a Eli Manning type pass that he threw. Right. It was just, horrible. Start off the game, first possession. We can't even punt the ball. Last week was, hey, the punter's going to drop it in the end zone. Oh, there's 2 points. Mm-hmm. Oh, what did he do today? Oh, let's just let the guy run right through the middle. And we're going to hold him. And then he's still going to block the ball. Well, if you're going to hold him, just hold him. Just tackle him. Right. No, we're going to hold him and then let him block the ball. and it rolls, of course, the beautiful way down to our 10-yard line.
Yeah.
So Tom gets the ball and you're 10.
Good luck.
What's going to happen? It took him 3 downs. It got him to the 30, and it was a great play by, again, a new weapon came in this week. Godwin, right? Mm-hmm. He came in, got it, made a hell of a play, and stretched the ball over the goal line for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. There's 7 points. Mm-hmm. And then I was making a joke when we got to our next one, because guess what's going to happen with us as usual? 3 and out. That's the normal Bronco thing. The offense is on the field. Let's get ready for a 3 and out. Here it comes.
Yeah.
No wonder the defense gets so pissed. It's just unbearable. So then once they get there, so I'm sitting here at home, I'm making a joke. I'm tweeting it on too as well on our Twitter page. I'm like, hey, bright side Bronco fans, at least they made the punt. They actually punted the ball. Last 2 times we punted it, we've dropped it for a safety, and we had it blocked put it back to our own 10-yard line. Yeah. Yeah. So it's like, hey, success. Way to go, kids. It feels like a participation program. Hey, you guys actually made a punt. Here you go. Here's a bonus. Brutal. So anyway, we get down to whatever, halftime. Still capable game, 23-10. You're still only 2 scores down.
Yep.
Second half, total score, 5-0. The whole second half. And the 2 points we gave them.
Yep.
Because Driscoll's farting around with Shaq Barrett, ex-Bronco, in the backfield.
Yep.
So they really only scored 3 points.
Yep.
You should win this game. Yep. And that's what makes it so frustrating.
Yeah.
What do we have to do with all these beautiful weapons that Tom has, including the beautiful Tom? Is what? Stop him, right? Farnett, 7 attempts, 15 yards, shut down. Mm-hmm. Ronald Jones, 13 carries for 53. That's a 4.1 average. 53 yards, though.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, the defense, like you said, the defense actually played really well. And that's something they can hang their hat on moving forward, at least. Providing that they don't get too pissed off to the point where they say, fuck it. Watching the offense, play tiddlywinks out there.
Grab ass and pat each other on the rear end. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Monkeys effing a football is what it looks like.
Yeah, you got to make catches and stuff like that as well. So, but yeah, no, I would agree. I mean, the defense really played well. You can't put this loss on the defense.
Mm-mm. And again, it gets to the same thing. We've been seeing since the Super Bowl and the total, dismantlement of our team and the loss of Manning. This has been the game every week, except for the exceptions that we might get to play Vance Joseph, ex-head coach for the Cardinals, and we can kick his ass.
Right.
But for the most part, is what defense out there all day. Offense doesn't know what the hell they're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, Driscoll, can you make any? I know you're the backup, but can you make any audibles? Tom's out there yelling it all day. What's Driscoll doing? Deer in the headlights. It looks like a damn deer up on the Rocky Mountains, Oh, there's a 18-wheeler. Hood ornament.
And you'd figure, given his background, seeing how he came from Cincinnati and then went to Detroit, you'd figure he'd know how to handle pass rush. He should know to get rid.
He handles L's. He handles L's. That's what I know. God. He knows how to do the presser after the game. That was a tough one.
Yep.
It's just horrible.
He definitely understands that.
Yeah, and again, just like you said, right? Hey, you got some horses. I know you don't have Lindsey. You got Gordon, though, right? You know what I mean? You still got to rush him. Only 8 carries.
Yeah.
So what are they going to do? They're going to tee off on the guy. Mm-hmm. And then the next thing, too, is guess what? We always, as usual, dropsies. Whoops. Let's drop this one. The offensive line, there's young, but there's good people there. I mean, Cush from LSU. Glasnow from the Lions that we got was a free agent pickup. Reisner's a stud. Yep. The 2 tackles are freaking swinging gates, though. We haven't addressed that yet. I mean, Wilkerson and Bortles are just they're like ghosts. People just go right by. I mean, Shaq Barrett was having a fun day today.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, you guys picked Bradley Chubb to get rid of me. Well, screw you.
Yeah.
Guess who's getting the sack and the safety? Shaq Barrett. He's from Colorado State. He's a local guy.
Yeah.
You know, just like, Pittsburgh when Joey Porter used to come in, kick your ass. Well, he lives right up the street. You can't tell me, John, you don't have a scout up there going, oh, maybe we should check that kid out.
Yeah.
Maybe, draft him. It's horrible. It's just garbage. And Fant, I mean, I watched him today. I miss Virgil Green, and I know everybody in Denver just used the bad mouth Virgil Green. But guess what? Virgil Green's got a ring in his collection case because he blocked. We ran the ball. That's a Denver staple, right?
Yep.
C.J. Anderson. No matter who it was, sometimes no names. Who's getting 1,000 yards?
Yep.
A Broncos running back, right?
Yep.
Well, then we actually have somebody that can tote it. Terrell Davis. What does he get?
Yep.
2,000 yards.
Yep.
It's just unbelievable about this stuff. And like I said, I watched Fant today. Just snap the ball, and I watched JPP. He's only got 3 fingers on one hand, and he just bulldozed him right back to the quarterback. I mean, it was like he was on roller skates. As soon as the ball was snapped, and all it was one arm. He was like, boom. And Fant's not a small guy.
No.
And he gets right into the quarterback. Pathetic.
Yep.
Pathetic. I mean, this could get real ugly real fast. On here too, there's not really anything else positive I can say about this.
Other than the fact it's over.
Yeah, the mercy is over. But the beautiful thing about it is, I get to relive it on Thursday night.
Yeah.
I get to play Thursday night on the East Coast against the Jets. And usually the Jets are grounded, but I'm not seeing them being grounded this Thursday. So this brings me to the moving forward part of it. Again, I am frustrated with Fangio's ability with coaching. I am grouping him into the Wade Phillips camp. A hell of a guy. I mean, probably the coolest guy out there. Great with defense. Obviously, it shows. With some of his coaching. I don't know who's the D coordinator now because we've went through him so many times, and with Joseph and other people, I don't even know who the D coordinator is now, truthfully. But I just know that it's like everybody else. Vic Fangio. You can't. Vic's calling the plays. I don't care who it is.
Right.
Has the title of defensive coordinator. It's Fangio.
Yep.
That's doing it. But again, out there, just I don't know what he's doing as a head coach because he's not getting the team prepared to play on Sundays, Thursdays, Saturday, whenever it is, Monday night. So far we're getting every day of the week, and we've got L's on each of them. So it's just like choose your poison.
Yep.
That's on it. But all I see is out there when it comes game time, he's not doing squat. The offensive is showing that it can't handle whatever they're doing during the week. And he's out there looking like Sport Goofy going, boo, It's like, what the hell's happening? Just like Wade did. There's Humpty Dumpty out there. Oh, I'm Wade Phillips. I'm a defensive coordinator. My dad was bum.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're a bum.
Yeah.
For doing this. So again, they need to get rid of his a-hole.
Right.
Yep. Again, don't get rid of him because again, that would be the stupidest move. What would be the smart thing to do? Move him to D coordinator, right? Just demote him. Pay him whatever he's paying that head coach. Demote him to D coordinator, right? What's the next step then? We need a head coach. What should you do? That's why I said choking.
Yeah.
Just like that, right? No, what you should do is this is what I'm saying. Bring Eric Bieniemy into the house. He's a guy that played at Boulder. He's a guy that's on the Chiefs. We're 0-9 against the Chiefs in recent years. And we're going to be 0-11 by the time we're done with this year. So what do? Bring in the enemy. Be-enemy. And what do? What does Be-enemy know? He's the OC for the Chiefs, right?
Well,
he knows every weakness, every pinpoint of Mahomes.
yeah.
And what does he do? He runs to Vic and goes, Vic Fangio, this is what he does.
Yep. It's true.
And then at the end of this year, or as we start for Thursday night, it's Trevor time. Let's tank for Trevor. Because obviously we don't have a QB in the stable. And I know if we're lucky enough to roll out Borlis on Thursday, that ought to be fun.
Yeah.
Can't wait. He's only been out of the league for a year or so, but he's going to give us some W's. Doubt it. So, you know what? Might as well just put Locke on the end of the year reserve. Store him up for next year. Because guess what? Then we can get Trevor, right? And then what we have trade value for Locke. You know? If it's so bad that he... Give him up. Get someone we need. Maybe a left or right tackle.
Yeah.
Oh, what a shocker that is.
Right.
And say, Drew, it's been fun. But we need to take this position seriously. We need to take the offensive side of the ball seriously.
Right.
Again, I know we have injuries. But you know what? We still have missing pieces that's on that team. So it's not happy in Mudsville right now. And then, you know, another thing torqued me today was seeing all the Tampa Bay fans in the stands.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Season ticket holders should be getting their season tickets revoked. I mean, there's people waiting in line to go see the Broncos. And you're giving to some, you know, fruitcake with a new fucking Tampa Bay shirt on. I've been a fan for them since Tom. Oh, good for you.
Yep.
Real experience there. So, I don't know. It's just a really frustrating week.
Yep.
With it, and I don't see this week getting any better. Coming on Thursday, I mean, this will be the icing on the cake if we lose the Jets. This will be the ultimate, just the big middle finger to the fans, saying, hey, look at our team. We're putting this out. And at that point, there is no question. You have to tank.
Yeah.
If you lose to the Jets,
Yeah, you might as well.
just go home. Just say everybody has COVID, and you forfeit. And that way you get,
Yeah, a decent chance at a nice draft pick.
get the number one choice. And then, this is the time like this, right? Don't do the Bears thing. If Trevor Lawrence is there and you're at number 2, pay for the man.
Yeah.
He has the pedigree. And if he screws up, guess what? At least you took a shot, right? You took a shot at the best player that's there.
Yep.
You know? I mean, we've done it before with some of the other quarterbacks. And unfortunately, that's the place that we're in now. We suck so bad is that I don't think we can draw free agents here anymore. Because why should I play for that offense?
Right.
You know? Or being a defensive player, why do I want to run my ass around for 40 minutes?
Yep.
Because all I'm going to do is what? Get hurt? For what? To us to lose, we lost 17-10.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I always preach, get to 24, right? Well, if we got to 24 today, we've been close.
Yep.
And we probably wouldn't have gave up the 5 points in the third quarter. You know what I mean? So we would probably win the game.
Yeah. Could have been a different game, that's for
Exactly.
sure. Yeah. Always fun. It's always fun to sit here and talk about losing.
Yeah.
And it's usually me that's doing it.
Yeah.
But
It's the biz.
this week we got I escaped it for a week. But yeah, I mean, I'm kind of in the same camp. I mean, there's now is the time, like you said. I mean, this coach isn't preparing the team for whatever reason or whatever's going on, and that's the problem with Detroit a lot of times too. I don't think they're prepared. Otherwise, they wouldn't play in the second half the way they play.
Mm-hmm.
and then adjustments and stuff. I mean, there's no adjustments being made. If there was, we wouldn't be seeing the L's, and that's all we see. And so, I mean, that's
Yeah, I mean, it seems like to me that, like I said before, I think he's spending his time on the D, which the D coordinator should be taking care of.
Mm-hmm.
He should be there taking care of that job. Yeah. Seems like to me Vic's coaching the defense and he's just letting the offense just, go out and,
Who's the offensive coordinator there?
Shermer, the Giants ex-coach, I believe, if I remember that was his last one. But, and like I said, I think the offense is actually in a better spot than it was last year. It actually looks like they actually, try to get the ball down the field a little bit. You know what I mean? And at least the quarterbacks that they did have there do that, they at least throw it down the field.
Yep.
I'm one of those persons that, like, you know what? I'm tired of, running the 5-yard out and the screen pass. Well, of course, they should have used the screen pass today.
Yep.
You're getting pressure. What do? Screen it, right?
Yep.
Green Bay, they run it to death, right?
Yep.
Holmgren, right? Screen pass.
Yep.
Guess what that does? It slows the defensive line rush down. I don't think they threw one screen pass today.
No, not that I saw.
It's like, hence, if, Fatty McGee over here is sitting on the couch going, slow the pass rush down by a screen pass, you think somebody in the NFL, uppers would be like, hey, maybe we should let screen pass.
Yeah.
I mean, the highlight of the whole night is they're talking about the South Park cutouts in the end zone.
Yeah.
Sweet. I don't care about Cartman and his mom or Stan and his dad.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God, you killed Kenny. That's, oh my God, you killed the Broncos. That's what you're doing.
Right.
You bastard.
I mean, it was nice of him to show up. Don't get me wrong.
No, like I said, I want to thank the people of Fair Play in South Park. That thanks for coming down from your little quaint little mountain town to enjoy this circus. I mean, it would look like an episode of South Park down there. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But anyway, like I said, just frustrating. I don't think we're going to ever get a chance to blemish Brady's record anymore, since he's now the 500 against every team in the league or above. So that was kind of a nice little hat thing to hang on, but it's not going to happen because we're not going anywhere close to the playoffs this year. and I think Tom's days are going to be limited. He might make it through next year. If he makes it through this year. Because, again, if I see, I don't know, anybody in the NFC that has defenses like we do in the AFC, it's going to be a long day for him. I mean, he had problems with the Saints' defense.
Yeah. Or lack thereof.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, the Saints put pressure on Brady.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was on there. But, it's just rough. I mean, it's not a good day. Not a good day. And like I said, I see us, we've got, New England coming up down the road, and we've got Kansas City coming up, and, the Falcons, we'll see what they do. Maybe they can blow a lead to us, but we can't even put points on the board, so I don't think that's going to happen. And then we have Saints, then we have Bills, Tank for Trevor, coming up.
Yep.
Eric Bieniemy, get over here. We need to try something different, and I'm not sure what John's going to do. But like I said, we're heading to those bleak years with Wade Phillips at the helm. And sit there and watch from 93 to whatever 92 to 93 when we, like I said, we used to suck at home, which doesn't happen. And that's the reason I'm sitting and crying over my milk. Because I'm not happy with this. Because I don't like it. I'm not used to it. You know what I mean?
No.
I've been spoiled
Yeah.
with this shit,
Yeah.
Or at least, we would suck, then we would just suck on Super Bowl Sunday, which was painful enough. You know what I mean? It sucks, I'd rather lose a lot of games during the season than lose the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. That's a rough one. Mm-hmm. So, but I think I'm done with my soapbox. Yeah. I didn't use too many swear words.
No, I thought it went reasonably well.
Yeah, just wait till Thursday night. I'm going to empty the can on that if that happens.
Yep.
Lose the gangrene.
Yep. There we go.
Yeah, Jets.
Yep.
Oh, actually, you know what could be the benefit part of it? Is maybe we can lose some more players to injury on that turf.
Yeah, that would be a nice thing. Yeah.
So, some of the defensive guys we can lose.
Maybe you can lose the rest of your offensive line.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter if they're there or not. It looks the same.
Yeah.
It's just the defensive guys if we lose them. Yeah.
So, one thing I want to mention, if you like our content, you should tune in to Tuned In Sports. That's a kind of a sister company of ours, and my son headlines it. And they got a lot of good content, which we're a part of most nights. Yep. And
he does a tremendous job.
Yeah,
sometimes really good, sometimes not so much. But all the way, it's pretty good.
It's a tremendous job. So he he does a really nice job of getting some good content out there, and we always have some interesting conversations. And it's a little broader as far as the teams and stuff we talk about, where this is kind of based around Detroit and Denver. But they do a great job. Make sure you tune in and look at their content as well.
We get pissed off over there too.
Yeah, exactly. If you like to hear me cuss, it's it's not just here.
Yeah.
So
it just happens more frequently here.
Yeah.
Because teams usually suck.
Yeah,
to cap it off, Nuggets are home today. Rockies are home today. Yep. Now the Broncos can wallow in their shit. We need somebody to clean the stable.
Well, and it's not looking any better from my standpoint. Red Wings didn't make the playoffs. Tigers aren't making the playoffs. Pistons didn't make the playoffs. And the Lions probably aren't going to make it either. So
we're a bunch of winners here.
I guess.
Like I said, this channel is, like you said, the parallels are just unreal.
Yeah. Well, the nice thing is, for those of you that potentially could be playing for the Lions, Tigers, Broncos, Nuggets, whoever, just think of it this way: you might get out. You can get off of work earlier, so you can go on vacation sooner because you don't have to worry about being around for playoffs.
Yeah.
So there's always an upside to it.
But there is that extra game check though. That playoff check that you get.
Yeah, but they're making enough money.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Because we're dumb enough to overpay for them in free agency.
Right. And then if you are making any money, we just give you away.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, sit there. Yeah, I know you're the captain of the defense. Just go ahead and go. Exactly. We don't need you.
Yeah, Todd Davis. We don't need him.
Yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah.
Bye.
He goes out and
thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah, he goes out today and just kills it in Minnesota.
Yeah. That's usually the way it works. And so that was another wonderful episode from Dent Sports.
Yep.
And I'm Steve.
I'm Don.
And we'll see you guys in the next video.
Stay safe.